A man wants to marry you, he's gonna do it. If he doesn't, he will not. Like, it's point blank period. You'll see that. What's good, NCK fam? It's your girl Kay here, back at it again with another video. If you're new here, welcome to the fam. Today's video will be the first episode of a brand new segment, Let's Talk About It. What's Let's Talk About It? Well, it's basically going to be where we find topics from the media, social media, whatever, and talk about it. Super excited for this new segment, and I hope y'all will enjoy it, so let's get right into the video. So I was scrolling on Instagram the other day, and I came across this post from the Melanin Shade Room. And it was basically this tweet from this couple. They got keys for their new apartment, and they're moving in together, right? And then some homeboy, he replied to their thing, and it was like, unpopular opinion, I'm not moving in with anybody until we're married or engaged at the earliest, something like that. I'll put the post here so y'all can see the exact wording. And yeah, basically it got me thinking, I was looking through the comments or whatever, and it was very interesting. So I was like, you know what, why don't we discuss it? So basically today's topic will be, should you cohabitate with your partner before marriage? So I feel like there's a lot of different pieces that play into this idea. So with that being said, I think there's a lot of things that go into answering this question. Personally, for me, I would have to say no. There's a lot of different things that goes into that answer. So let's start with the beginning, right? The security of a dating relationship, right? So let's think about a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whatever. Most people have more than one. Like, they've had more than one relationship in the past. Like, how many? It's not that often that you hear like the first boyfriend that somebody got, the first girlfriend that somebody got, that's the person they end up marrying. So with that being said, couples break up all the time. Like, relationships don't work out, right? So there's just no security in that relationship. Like, if I'm going out with this guy or whatever, like, there's no security. There's no, like, I don't know for sure that we're gonna be together forever, okay? And I mean, yeah, technically when you're married, you don't know that either, but most people don't get married with the plan of divorce. Whereas some people do get into relationships with the plan that it might not work out forever. So with that being said, there's no way I'm signing a lease to live with somebody that I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life with. Like, I'm not doing that. There's also this idea of dependence that comes with living with another person, and there's no way that I'm letting some man put me out of a house that we paid for together, or honestly, I'd feel bad putting him out of a house that we paid for together just because we didn't end up working out. Like, I can't see myself splitting bills, splitting responsibilities with somebody that I might not be together with forever. Like, I know this, my friends, they used to work at the library at our school, and this lady worked there too. She was with homeboy for, I want to say 9-10 years. And out of nowhere, he broke it off. Like, they were supposed to get married. He broke it off. The whole thing. She moved from wherever she used to live to Philly for him, because of him. And they broke up. So she basically had to start her whole life over. Her entire thing was uprooted. She went to the grad school at Penn because of him, because she wanted to be closer to him. He, I think, was basically the one supporting her, and her entire life was shattered because of that. So there's this level of dependence that comes with being in a relationship, and I feel like if y'all are not together, there's just a level of independence that I would want to have. Like, there's no reason why it should be splitting up. Like, we should be dealing with our breakup as if it was a divorce, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like having a house, splitting something with another person, is something that you should do when y'all, like, you know for a fact this is somebody you want to be with. Now, there's also the idea, like, not everybody wants to get married, and that's perfectly fine. Like, if you don't want to get married, that's totally cool, then I guess cohabitation is for you. But I feel like you should know that this is, like, there's something long term about living with somebody. And I also saw, like, a lot of comments that were talking about, like, oh, well, when you live with somebody, you learn a different side to them. And that's very true. Like, even me, with my experience having roommates in college, I've seen friendships break up because of people who were friends that didn't used to live together. When they started living together, it was a whole different ball game, and they couldn't do it. It's very true. You learn a lot of new things from living with a person. However, I do think you can learn those same things about a person with frequent visits. Like, if I'm going out with you, like, I'm gonna be at your crib. Like, I'm gonna be there for extended periods of time. You'll be at my house. We can still get to learn our living habits after a long period of time. People will be like, oh, he's hiding this thing, he'll hide this, he'll hide that. Like, there's no way you're gonna be finding his drawers all over the place if you're not staying there regularly. No, if we're in a relationship, after a while, that little fake stuff is gonna have to end. Like, you're not gonna keep faking, pretending while you're in this relationship. It's just not gonna work. People get tired of faking. Like, so eventually I will learn the real, and you'll learn the real about me. And if it's not gonna work, then we know, okay, in the future this is not gonna work. We don't have to break this off or whatever. Yeah, I just feel like you can't fake for that long. Like, it's not possible. I also, like, there's just this concept of doing married things before we're actually married, and that's just not gonna fly with me. Like, it seemed like a lot of times that when people live together, cohabitate, whatever, it turns into that, because you get into this, like, daily routine of, like, okay, this person is basically my husband, I'm basically his wife without the title. And then sometimes, men will feel like, okay, then I don't have to give her the title. She's already doing wifely things. Why do I have to officially do that? And that's also not true of all people. Like, if a man wants to marry you, he's gonna do it. If he doesn't, he will not. Like, it's point blank period. You'll see that. But I do, like, sometimes that can lead to it. So I think that is an interesting idea. I wouldn't say necessarily that living together means that you're not gonna end up with a ring if that's what you're looking for. Like, I wouldn't say that, because, like I said, a person knows who they want to be with, honestly, pretty quickly. Like, you know it. So, cultural differences, I saw that as well. People were talking about, like, there are cultural differences that can occur in these types of relationships. Like, this girl was like, yeah, you learn a lot of different things about how a person lives when you live with them. And one of the responses was, well, all of my parents, their parents, generations have not moved in together until they got married, and everything was fine. And she said it was probably because, they were all Arab, so they had the same culture, which means similar living habits. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know what I would say about that. I feel like, yes, there is, to an extent. I think culture definitely plays a part in living, because there's a lot of eating, cooking, cleaning differences in a lot of different cultures. So I think that definitely can be a thing. But I don't know. That was a very interesting take. That was the first time I've ever heard anything like that. But yeah, there's just, I would say that extended stays and stuff like that, you can definitely, you start to learn a lot of new things about a person. I just feel like there's certain steps that should be taken for every different stage of a certain relationship. Like, when you're dating someone, essentially, y'all are still two independent people. Whereas when you get married or you're engaged to be married, you're working towards becoming a team. Whereas a team that technically shouldn't be infiltrated. So there's just this idea of like, I need to be able to keep my independence if we're not bound together for life, essentially. Yeah, I can't be dependent on a man for anything, and if that means for a living space, so be it. Yeah. So yeah, that was the beginning of our convo. I hope y'all enjoyed the topic. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell so you know every time we post another video. Tell me what you think below. Should you be cohabitating with your partner before you guys are married? Do you think it makes a difference? Do you think you can learn a person's living habits before you guys are actually together? Let me know. And let your friends know about this video. Share it with your friends so that we can continue to grow the NTK fam, and follow us on all our social media, which will be listed down below. Until next time, I'm Kay and you're watching NellecommaKay. Peace.